Ooh.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jessica and today I'm making the Pioneer Woman's apple dumplings. But like any recipe, I'm going to do my own optimizations. What are they and did they work? You got to stay tuned to find out. I'm going to start here with the ingredients lineup. Of course, you've got your Granny Smith apples, your super buttery flaky crescent rolls, the all-important luscious butter, just a hint of vanilla extract, cinnamon for the sprinkling, sugar for the sweetness, and of course we've got our secret ingredient. Any guesses of what it could be? Making the dumplings. This is seriously one of the easiest recipes. You'll start by peeling and coring your apples. One of my tips is to buy big apples if you really want a lot of apple filling in these dumplings. Cut each apple into 8 pieces. And if you're lucky, get yourself a fiance who will peel and core the apples for you. Optimization number 1. Ooh. So this recipe doesn't tell you how you should roll up the apples in the crescent rolls. If you're following a crescent roll recipe, the way you're supposed to do it is you start with the wide end and you roll up so that the triangle tip is at the very top. Now, I tested both ways to roll the apple dumplings. I started with the wide end, ended with the small end, but I actually prefer doing the small end and rolling up so that the flatter wide end is at the top. Why is this a better way? Well, I'm going to drop that tip in just a bit. Making the sauce. Start by melting your butter and then adding in the sugar. I just melted the butter in the microwave. There's no need to actually turn on the stove and get out a saucepan. Optimization number 2. The original recipe calls for 1.5 cups of sugar. But what I actually did is I reduced the amount of sugar and I'm only using 1 cup. Why, you may ask? Well, there's a 99% chance you're going to be putting ice cream or whipped cream on top, so that extra 1/2 cup of sugar across 16 dumplings doesn't make a huge difference. I promise it doesn't change the taste or the consistency of the dessert. To finalize the sauce, add in your vanilla extract. Here's where the flatter top helps. As you're pouring over your sugar, butter, vanilla extract sauce, having that flat top lets it sit right on the dumpling instead of just rolling off the sides. Finally, it's time for that secret ingredient. Do you have any guesses? Well, it's Mountain Dew, but any citrus soda will work. Go ahead and pour the soda around the edges of the pan and don't forget to get inside the little cracks and crevices. Tip, you could add a little more soda if you want to make sure you have enough sauce for all the dumplings. Baking. Bake for 40 minutes until the tops are brown and the juices are bubbling. Now, this dessert is definitely best served warm or hot. So the minute you take your dumplings out, grab the ice cream from the freezer. Now for my final thoughts and final tips. First, you definitely want to roll it so that the flat, wider edge is on top. Again, that helps when you're spooning the sauce over and keeps it from just running off the sides. The second one is to make sure you've cut down the sugar, because guaranteed you're going to be adding ice cream, whipped cream, and really that extra sugar makes no difference. The last one is to add a little more Mountain Dew if you're a sauce person, like me, and you want that extra syrup at the end. We've now come to the end of the video, and I have an important question. Is this better than apple pie? My vote is yes, purely because you get that extra syrup, and in normal apple pie you get a little bit of syrup, but this is like almost straight up gravy. For JP's vote, he says it definitely goes into the Hall of Fame for recipes, but apple pie still has its place in the world. So there you have it, a super easy apple dumpling dessert, but with my optimizations and modifications. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that I can tell you all the optimizations to your favorite desserts.
I'm not a good peeler. What? Right here? Watch me slice my finger off.